Everyone, firstly, thank you very much for watching this video. Sorry that I am doing this not in my normal work location or my desk. So it's a little bit basic, but you don't need to worry about me. Don't worry about me because the reason why I'm doing this video today is to explain, because I've had a lot of people ask me. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of talking and a lot of promoting and sharing my current investing strategy with micro pets. Those who aren't aware, obviously I did the podcast with Tony, who's the CMO, which is Chief Marketing Officer, one of the three guys who came up with the project. Very lucky. No one told me about this. And that's one thing I really want to emphasize, and what I have been doing. So especially my trading students who are watching this now, know that learned helplessness is a legitimate thing that is killing a lot of people in life. And especially what I'm noticing more and more with the more people that I work with, and I love each and every one of you, but learned helplessness is killing your results. So what, if you don't know what that is, go look it up firstly before this, so then but second to that is literally those kind of things. Is you don't seek out the answers yourself. You don't go out independently, try to find it, or you do just a little bit and therefore attach yourself to what's, again, learned helplessness. So you'll learn enough to what you need to think you need to do to get going. But then at every sticking point, every resistance point, you go out and constantly seek advice, seek help, therefore not becoming independent of the person you're learning from. Right now, I'm getting mentored by some pretty high level people. Tony is one of them. He's been very nice enough to share with me some really good insights into just how he operates. He's a very, very, very wealthy individual. And one thing I've always learned through all of my businesses and things that I've done is always to seek mentors who are, doing what you want to do better than you. Now, I don't necessarily want to start up my own crypto, but, getting around those people that are multi-millionaires, billionaires, and thereabouts, and he's definitely in that category, is to learn from. How does he operate? Not just about crypto, but how does he operate on a day-to-day basis? How does he, organize himself with his family? Because he's a father with 3 kids and has a wife. Like, how does he operate businesses with that? How does he look after a staff with over 300 people within the crypto portfolio and a platform of micro pets, the devs, the constant development up? Like, how does that happen? So, like I said, very important when you're learning things in life in general. Yes, you do need to ask for help. Yes, you do need to seek assistance, but do not rely on that assistance. When I look at all the things that I've gotten into of late, I've been given breadcrumbs, right? I've sought out help, like trading as well, right? I saw some people doing some trading. I sought some assistance, like SJ, when she told me, and she said, all right, this is what we do. This is how you go through it. Here's the blueprint. Go and do it. Follow it. Once you're following your way through the steps, if there's any sticking points, then get back to me, right? But I wasn't constantly on there causing learned helplessness, therefore basically trying to force told the answers. Again, school education, no longer do they, you have to go out and try to work out the answers. It's multiple choice, therefore making things easier, giving us the inept ability to be able to cognitively think and therefore create the decisions ourselves. So what I'm doing now as a mentor to other people is, it's going to seem a little bit harsh, but I'm not giving myself as much time to each individual person. There's those group formats. Okay. So one, my time is very precious. If you want help, you want assistance, these are my allocated time slots. If you can't be there at the moment, I'm sorry, but I can't help you unless you communicate as well. That's another thing. You need to communicate yourself to me, so I'm aware of what it is and what the issues are, right? And then we can probably associate. I can make some arrangements, right? But if you're not showing up to the calls, you're not applying yourself, you're not doing the work, and then out of the blue you message me saying, hey, I need some help, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to help you anymore, right? That's where I need to be to level up and be conscious of my time. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this that can be sent out and be put on, so then at least you can still go out and apply in your own time, but just be aware. So that's why I've been asked a lot of questions with the micro pet side of things, and also crypto, because it does coincide with trading. For those who aren't aware, I take my trading profits and I'm essentially stacking them. I withdraw them in Ethereum. You guys know that, but I withdraw my profits from Ethereum, to Ethereum, sorry. And then I send those profits from Ethereum across, transfer to whatever crypto that I'm involved in. Now, I have massively reduced my crypto portfolio. I was in like over 50 projects. Now I'll be in less than 10. I think it's about 8 now. and I'm heavily invested in micro pets just because, very bullish in the way that I think. And also I'm taking a little bit of a risk. I'm going very heavy into one project. It's just my option because I felt like, yes, it's important to be diverse in your crypto portfolio. But what I was finding is because I was so diverse in terms of different fields with, metaverse gaming, you obviously had your decentralized, so your DEX platforms, your DeFi itself, your layer ones, your layer twos, your networks, things like that. It was so diverse that it's weird. The crypto cycle is changing a little bit now, and it's going in cycles, but it'll be a certain type or a category of cryptocurrency. So you might have DeFi rock and roll, and just before Christmas and the lead up to Christmas, you had the metaverse stuff absolutely go off its head. And for me personally, that's the main one that I'm focusing on. I withdrew a lot of profits that I had made. Mind you, I've been in for a while, so I have made some really good money from things like Ethereum and Ripple back in before everything all went to shit. My Bitcoin, I haven't sold any Bitcoin, to be honest. That's just been, I'm accumulating. I've got that set off to the side, growing really nicely on interest building platforms. So, but all my other ones, I just really decided to focus in on one area, and that is the metaverse and gaming. I think for me personally, one, being a former gamer that has of interest to me, that's the first thing. I want to be invested in something that I'm interested in. And second to that, I think that's going to be the biggest bridge between the traditional world and cryptocurrency. How can we get the mass adoption take place? And I think gaming, because it's such a large industry, will be, when you get to a point where you go and buy a game, or you won't go into the store. I'll give you the tip now, like within 5 years, for you to purchase a game, you'll have to go on a PlayStation store or Xbox store. And I personally believe that the game will be free, but then you'll have to purchase a character or purchase something within the gaming space to be able to play. And then when that happens, obviously you're making a crypto transaction. You won't know it because it'll be a stable coin, a cryptocurrency stable coin, and therefore you'll have playable characteristics, and then might be given earning tokens from that game, right? A bit like when you're playing FIFA and you earn FIFA coins, or those ones you got to buy. But like Mario, for example, and you actually collect the actual coins as you're playing the game, or you finish a level, you get some coins. Therefore, those coins are coming into your wallet. Then you can purchase another character or a level up thing or something like that, a new skin for it, a new costume, right? That's more participation in the cryptocurrency. Like you're purchasing more of that like you were, but you don't know you're just playing the game. That is, I think, in gaming for me is really where it's going to take place. And that's why, that's how I found out about the Pets project. Like literally I just typed in metaverse games. I was looking through CoinMarketCap and I saw micro pets. It had initially had a bit of a pump. I had a look at it. Like, this is very interesting. I was watching, and that's it. And so I'm going to show you these things, the techniques and some of the things that I look for when I'm looking to invest into a coin, and how I came about it. The very first thing, though, that I just wanted to show you is what's called the J curve, and it's very common in cryptocurrency. And I'm wondering if this will open up. There we go. Now, essentially, any cryptocurrency, is going to have this. You're going to have the initial pump, right? The dump, and then the absolute blast off. And it works in stages. Now, initially, obviously, you've got your hype, your ICO, speculations, profit takers. So you get the whitelisting, etc. So a coin will build hype through marketing. All that kind of things will take place. Time in the market as well is very important. Like what's happening, did this coin launch, like MicroPets launched during the metaverse, like literally just a week before all the metaverse things took place. So is one of the very minimum first metaverse projects. It was gaming projects. So just caught the hype. Absolutely crazy. So people are buying in here, right? And people get whitelisted. So they essentially get in, just say a coin ends up listing for 5 cents. So, or $1 to make it easier. A lot of whitelisting projects. So essentially, if you're lucky enough and you know about it early enough, you can get in, and they'll offer you a token price at, say, 1 cent. Okay, so you're able to buy. Generally, there's a limited amount of how much you can buy, and there's only a certain amount of people that can get in, and they're able to buy in at whitelisting prices. Now, from that capital coming in, right, then you'll have a launch price. The launch price might be $1. So your 5 cents, is now $1. You're going to make a lot of money. So that pumps up the price because there's so much hype and everything, and people want to get in early because they've missed out on the whitelisting opportunity, right? They buy in as well at that $1 price, though, knowing that people are going to want to buy in because they missed out, and it'll rise. So everyone buys in at $1, $1.05, $1.10, bang, keeps rising. All of a sudden, it might get initially to the top because this is here at $1. Now we've moved up here. Now we'll say $5 or $7, whatever it is. Let's say $5 for easy mass. That's a 5 times gain. You know, you put $100,000 buying in something at $1. Now you got $500,000. That's a lot. Plus, you've got these guys here at 5 cents. You know, they'll be on multiple millions. So then what happens? These are the guys that coin flip. That's all they do. They don't really think about the long-term project. Don't really care. They're just in there to flip coins, flip money, make quick money. I don't personally do that. It's too much time and way too much time consuming for me. I do too much shit. I just like to be in coins, understand what it is. So what happens here is you get a lot of profit takers, right? Those people that were in whitelisting plus the people that bought in an initial hype. Okay, boom. Then you get your massive sell-off. Now, this is your accumulation period. As you can see, enthusiasm does start to fade. Product launch ends up happening. Then you're getting your true investors, your paper hand guys, right? So start happening, more developments, you know, devs, what's taking place. But this is where you need to know if it is a good project or not, because during this period, is the project still putting updates on Twitter? Are they still active in the Discord? Are they still going out there and looking for developments that have a look at their white paper? What is due to come through? Because this first stage 1 can happen within 2 or 3 days, right? The pump and dump, which is more often will happen, sometimes even a day on some projects, right? So you need to see, okay, during this period, 1, if you believe in the project and all those fundamentals are still there, you can start to slowly accumulate and dollar cost average into it. Or if you just want to put a big chunk of money in, that's fine. But I think you'll find, because this can sometimes, as you can see, you might see it coming down and flattening out a little bit of a straight, but then have a bit more downtime. It might even come even lower. So that's why for me personally, if I really believe in the project, I will dollar cost average consistently through this downward period, as long as I'm still seeing fundamental growth. Is the Twitter as well? Is the numbers still increasing? Are they active in the community? Are they doing giveaways? Are they, you know, is there more updates to come? What is taking place? Now, this does take a little bit of time because you do need to be active in the communities. This is why I decided to remove myself from a lot of cryptocurrencies and come into a bigger one, just into one, because it's a lot easier for my mind. I already do so many different things. So I'm only in just a few. And, you know, to be honest, the pets one's the biggest one because I just fell in love with the community. I've spoken about, if you haven't listened to the podcast, the IME podcast, episode 130, I did with Tony, you know, listen to understanding the back end side of things. He's a businessman. He's a very, very smart individual, but the community and the hype, you know, it was awesome. It's a bit like if you are into crypto, you know, the hype between Shiba and Doge and all that, you know, there's a lot of TikToks and a lot of Twitters and stuff. There's a lot of people hyping it. But the thing is with those coins, it's just, there's no fundamentals to it. It's literally just, you're buying it. It's a meme coin. It doesn't do anything. There's talks that, you know, some coming out now, they might be able to stake and all that kind of shit, but it's not, it doesn't do anything. The thing I love about this particular project, the Pets project, is because yes, they jumped on that hype. They picked animals like a Doge and a Shiba and a Floki. They picked those animals which are associated to those meme coins already trending in the cryptocurrency space that have a lot of hype, but they turn it into a 3D NFT firstly. So the NFTs move, which I'll show you later. And second to that, they're going to have games releasing out, which I'll talk a little bit later. So you'll be able to play that character. And it reminds me very much of like a digital version of Tamagotchi. And you're about to play that, and that'll come back in the Petropolis land, which we'll talk about later on. But, you know, that's why it's very important to see, okay, what's being rolled out, what fundamentals are coming through, what things are being developed in the background, and then you can start dollar cost averaging. So you need to be patient. So if you do happen to buy into a project and it does continue to trend down, you know, understand why. Maybe, okay, it wasn't. So you don't keep dollar cost averaging in, you know, you just need to factor that in. But know that this is the generally what happens. And obviously stage 3, you get the uprising and things just go absolutely bonkers. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin did this, done it many a times. Give you a prime example. 2017, Bitcoin rose all up to $20,000, hyped like motherfucker. Then it dropped down to as low as $3,000 during the pandemic, the early start there, right, in March of, what was it, 2 years ago or a year ago? I can't remember. And then bang, you know, yes, it doesn't look exactly like this, but essentially peaked up 20,000, came back down to 3, almost down to launch price, you know, although it was less than a few cents, but came down heaps, huge retracement. It's like a 95, 98% retracement. Then it's gone up to almost $70,000. And then at the moment, and then it pulled back down to, you know, almost 30 or just under 30, it dropped back down. And I do believe it's going to go again. So you get those constant waves throughout, even not just in, don't believe after stage 3, it just goes again. After it hits stage 3, it will come back down. And then you'll just see that constant wave of momentum through supply and demand, distribution, redistribution, just like most markets, right? So that's very important just to know that. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that one as well. So for me, I jump on to, as you can see here, oh, I really hope that I was sharing that screen that whole time. I'm sure I was. But I'm just going to go and new share. I'm just going to go screen just to be safe. I'm sure I was. That should be on screen. For those who want, just double check because I haven't looked at this. That was the J curve I was talking about that whole time. Hopefully it was on there. Anyway, jump back. So this is what I look at. I personally look at CoinGecko. I like a little bit better because, to be honest, CoinMarketCap, which is the other one you can look at, geez, they pay $10,000 to get listed on CoinMarketCap. There's so many schemes that get listed on CoinMarketCap that never get listed on scams. They never get listed on CoinGecko. It's just rug pulls ridiculous. So anyway, for me personally, I like CoinGecko. Now, CoinGecko is literally like, where you see all the cryptocurrencies listed on here, their prices, what's the, the price, the highs, the lows, the fundamentals. This is also what I use to find the white papers of the cryptocurrency to make sure I'm looking at the actual ID address of that. If I'm purchasing it, I purchase it not through this, but I get the link from it. Because if you just go to Google and you just typed in micropets or any cryptocurrency, it's so easy to get scam ads and just get ripped off. So I like to come to CoinGecko because, it's the proper listing of everything they need to. And this also, I like this, can show you, little charts of understanding where things are. So I'm gonna keep this super simple. I'm not going to go through all this. I'm just going to go through micro pets because that's the one I've been getting asked about the most. So I'll just type in here for a search so you can see what it is. This is that's ranking currently. Some that don't rank just means they're too high up and they don't currently have a ranking. So micro pets here, boom, click that. As you can see, this is where we're currently sitting at the moment, 171. It's had a bit of a pullback since its initial launch of the new pools. Run like crazy. Went from, this was 100 and it ran up 100 times, 100% increase. So it went to just over 2, went to about 214, 215, and then now it's just settling out. Hype up, down, little consolidation, hype up, down, little consolidation. It's healthy price action. It needs to happen. Nothing can just shoot straight up, except at the initial J curve, right? Very common. So if we go down here and scroll down, right, we can see the little chart, which I like, just similar to TradingView, just to sort of see. Now you'll notice just here, same sort of stuff. I wish I was in it this time. I really wish I was. But up, boom, media hype, bang, highest price point here. Basically hit a $2 million market cap. $200 million, sorry, $200 million market cap at this point. Then you had your sell-offs, right? Boom, faded away. Not only did we have not the dying, but the initial hype kill off of just all those metaverse games, because they will come back. I know that they will come back. And then we had the dump of Bitcoin as well, where it went from that $70,000 at the start of the year or towards the end of the year down to 30. And we just think some consolidation. But what you can see here, which is very noticeable, right? This was also the pump of the new season 2, but it pumped quite hard. Went from 2 to 5 on some other exchanges. So, you doubled your money and then some and that was just in a day. Like when this thing moves, it moves quickly. As you can see here, 348, again, up, basically double your money in there, some as well. So, but what was happening, which was what I loved about the project, is the way that they had it set up is it wasn't fundamentally sound. The rewards were so high that people were buying, they were essentially selling constantly because they were getting so much. I was making $500, $600, $700 every couple of days initially because the rewards were just so high, and I was getting rewarded in the pets token itself. So I was given its pet token back to me, which is good. But if some other people that might be making $3,000 or $4,000 a day, that's $3,000 or $4,000 of sells, because they might keep a little bit, but they're still selling, and it just caused a lot of constant negative sell pressure down. The sell pressure was too high because they were giving away too much rewards. So for the long-term longevity of the project, it's not sustainable. What you can notice though is pretty much from here is when we have had the new pools released, and we now had some consistent growth coming up, doubled. So as you can see here, we dropped down as low as, which you can't see there, but I know I've been accumulating. Here we are accumulating. It got to 1 100, 102. I've been accumulating slowly between these 100 marks, between 200 and 100. And then since the new pools have released, we got all out, as you can see, it just broke over 200. So 100% profits there. And now we just plateaued out a little bit here on that. It's actually to sort of show you a little bit more. Let's look at the 14 days since it released. So we got as low as you can see here, 120, even lower, 119. There were some more lower ones here. And we've just done nothing but steady growth since, and now we're just hitting some plateau with some more sells, but that's fine. I'm happy with that because actually for me, we've grown from this 100%. It's a slight pullback. I'm accumulating a little bit more here as well. So this is something to look at, guys, just to make sure as you can flick through the different time frames just to see, all right, where am I buying in? Make sure you're not buying the tops. Max is really important. You don't want to be buying up here. Very, very important. Don't get things to buy at the top. Look at the J curve. This is your accumulation zone. Perfect. Now this will run again, just about timing in the market and also making sure fundamentally we're still sound. So you can see, all-time high. I'm up. I know I'm up because I've been buying since just under 100. But I have made some purchases in the 200s as well. So all in all, because I'm in dollar cost averaging, I am up. And I'm still, and the rest of the ones that I'm pretty much at break even with the ones I'm currently buying at the moment. If you want to go to the official sites, this is really good here. So clicking this micro pets, they'll take you to the official site. Another thing, so you're not going into their scams. This has to be their listed proper. Then you got their medium, and you can see their link. That's their actual ID address. You can get to their Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, and Facebook groups here. I love this because it gives you those direct links. Safe, secure. Come to these. Very, very important. You can see statistics as well. Circulating supply. You can see its current market cap. So at the height, this was a $200 million market cap. So you essentially, you're looking at almost a 20 to 30x. Based on, it was just over 200. So, some big potential upside when this gets back to its all-time high, which I know it will, and it will exceed that. Okay, 100% it will exceed that. But everything that I say, I've got to say, preface it, don't I? Not financial advice. If you're going to invest in this, invest at your own risk. So just looking back at a project. So, I'll come on here and yes, I'm looking at micro pets, but as well, I need to observe where they are. What's their volume? What's it looking like? Is it bullish? Does that some fundamentals? I'll go into their Discord groups and their Telegram groups, have a little bit of a scan. This is before I was sort of all in and just on one project. And then from here, as I said, go have a look at their website. And as we can see here, this is their website. So, I've already gone into the D app. So what I might do is actually just open up the other one here, just so you can sort of see from the start. So micropets.io, this will launch here. This can just sort of give you some reading. You've got the contract address about it. There's more links to all their things there. You can see their white papers, their tokenomics, their roadmaps, really cool. There is some of their season ones, explains how it works. You find some more information before you actually get into the D app. Really interesting. I love what they do. Their buy tax, their sell tax. That's important. It provides liquidity. These buy taxes and sell taxes, that you do when you buy a crate or you buy something, that money goes back into the devs wallet. They use it for obviously fundamentals, development, paying, but also they use those rewards to give back to people that are staking. So the tax has to be involved. And what I love about this is you can see a bit more of their roadmap as well. This all happened. Love this. They actually deliver on what they ask, which is cool. But I won't go into too much of that. Quarter two, we've got some big things to come. Biggest one being the play to earn game, which is coming in quarter one. We've got this. That listing has happened. We are now on Bit4X. I believe there is still another one to come. And as you can see, some other stuff there, which was going to take place, and the Petropolitan stuff, which I'll talk about later. But I'm just going to go straight into the back of it. So micro pets. Now I'm going off this based on that that you already have a MetaMask set up or a Trust wallet, and you already have an exchange set up. I'm not going to go through that. There's plenty of videos how to do that. If you're a trading student, you already have CoinSpot set up. That's the best one here in Australia, in my opinion, if you want to use an Australian exchange. And you already know how that all works, right? So you've already got that. But essentially, you buy Binance, you buy your BNB on your CoinSpot account, right? Or your exchange, whether it's Binance, you can buy it directly from them, or Coinbase, whatever. Buy your BNB on that, and then you're going to send your Binance coin to your MetaMask through a Binance Smart Chain. That's the BEP20. So when you go into I know I don't have it on me here, but you go to CoinSpot, you go to send. Once you've bought your Binance, You send it. It asks you which chain you want to send it. Your BEP token or your BEP20 token. Select BEP20. Type in your MetaMask address, which is your wallet ID address, which you'll have up here, right? And then you type in how much you want to send, and then you click send. You get an email confirmation. Bang, click link. That'll send. That'll hit your account instantly, right? Or within 2 or 3 minutes, unless it's your first time, might take a little bit longer, right? Then you'll have your money sitting in your MetaMask. You'll connect your wallet. Click here. It'll connect, which I'll do it with mine. Connects instantly through there. Now, this is where we're at. So this is the current lineup of season 2. As you can see here, right? They're the ones that you've got so far. They've been all up. If I go to marketplace, this will just show me what we've had so far, so you're aware. Season 1, obviously Halloween, baby, holiday. Oh, that went away. Holiday, and season 2, and the prices at the moment, which is important to know because that works out the of how much money you're making back, right, on some of these things. Sort of see where we're going right now. Some of the season 1s are actually better value because the cost of them was slightly higher than the current season 2. But what they've done, which is very smart with this, is they've basically made a lottery. It's a bit like a gambling aspect to it, or a randomized choice. You know, I'm not a huge fan of gambling, but it's smart because it creates people wanting to buy more because you don't know what you're going to get. But once you've connected your funds and you've got it and you're sitting in your MetaMask, you've got 1 or 2 ways where you can buy a token or buy a pet. The first one is through obviously the randomized crate. So you'd come on here and you press buy a crate. Costing is here at the moment. Now this costing is based on obviously the price of the Bnb token as well, very important. But based on what we're going off at the moment, with Binance being just under or just around that $400 USD, you're looking at around about $600 Aussie, or just shy, 530, 550 Aussie dollars to purchase 1 BNB token. And on Pancake Swap at the moment, if we look at 1 BNB token, right, which is that, it gets you around just over, which is what you need because you're gonna have a slippage here. I'm gonna show you how to do this in a moment too. So you're looking around about just under $600 to purchase 1 crate. I know it's expensive, but you know, these were $15 at one stage, less than $15. And you know, I've been buying some of these when they've been a lot cheaper than one would cost about half in BNB. So that's another thing you need to keep in consideration. Not only are you buying an NFT that you can then stake to earn more money, rewards, but that value of the NFT also is going to go up. So you've also got an asset that's going to increase. So you've got 2 ways of making money. So once you've purchased your crate, bang, all right, that's going to be a randomized animal and you're not too sure what you're going to get, which is what happens here. And you can sort of see you got the bunny, wolf, Kate, tiger, whale, Pepe, metafox, feg, and unicorn, again based on cryptocurrency characters or memes, like a whale if you're a whale in crypto. I still need to know what the bunny is though. They might have just, I still don't know what a bunny is with that's obviously tigers because of the new year, for the Chinese New Year. Pepe, we all know what that is. The unicorn, feg, you know, you got metafox. These are all sort of crypto related characters. Kate, there's a Kate coin as well. So bunny, there might be a bunny coin, maybe that's why. But anyway, so you can sort of see, and what I've found is one thing to take into consideration, because the percentage is obviously low. So to get one of these rarer ones, you know, it's only a 0.5 opening chance, whereas a bunny, it's 40% chance. And more often than not, you're going to get a lot more bunnies, right? It's randomized. I found that the best luck when it comes to opening your crates is to buy multiple. You know, it's not always great, but it just increases your chance. Whenever I've bought 3 or 4 or 5 crates at once, I've always had high ones. Whenever I've just done a one buy, it tends to sort of only be that. And to be honest, I've never seen, there's a couple lucky individuals that have done a 1 crate buy and got one of the bigger ones, but it's a little bit hard. So yes, that's them. The other way to buy on the marketplace, is to buy on the marketplace. Now, this is something that, you know, a lot of people forget about. And I think it is a little bit good because you can buy below costing of what a crate will buy. Plus, it's a way to be able to buy some of the other ones that no longer exist anymore, like your season 1s, your holidays, things like that, right? The other seasons that don't exist. Now, in my opinion, season 1, like anything, the first of anything is really quite rare. And when you click this down arrow, you'll see this is the first few here are all your season 1s, right? Your season 1 pets. So, you know, you can filter by lowest to highest. If you want to buy some cheap ones, these are the baby ones, which are really cool because they're a hell of a lot cheaper cost of entry. You know, these are 16.4. You're looking at, you know, sort of $10, $20 type thing, you know, coming into here, US dollars. So say about $50, a lot cheaper. And what you can do, which is really cool, is you can buy 10 of these babies just accumulate over time. You might just put little buys here and there, but you can buy 10 of these and then rank it up and evolve it into its adult version. All right. Which is meaning you're, it's another way to get cost entry into it. Instead of buying an adult, which is going to cost you about, some of these cheap ones, Akitas, for example, they go on the marketplace for around about 160, 170, right? Mil, which is, say 0.7, Bnb, which is roughly around about $300-400. Or you can just slowly dollar cost average these and buy a $20, $25, $20, $25. Sometimes you get some cheap ones listed on there and then add them together. And then you can basically evolve it into an adult version and then get a little bit more. So that's something you can do. You can look at prices here. So that's just taken into consideration how you can find some more. And then you've obviously got your high ones, but some of these season 1 ones are going to be super rare, I know, down the track, as well as the Halloween ones, because they're even rarer because there's less of them made. And I've gotten a few of these Halloween ones too myself. So that's been really cool with that. They've also got 2D NFTs, which is basically your traditional NFTs. As you can see some pictures here, they are really important as well because they're going in towards, which you can see, that money that you use. So one costs 0.25 Bnb. That money is going into the wallet, the dev's wallet. Essentially, they're using that for future developments, the Petropolis. So it's a way to support back. So the money, they're keeping the money, the costing of these, but they're using it for development, right? Plus giveaways. But what's also cool, at 50%, they're going to give away $100,000 to a given charity that'll be voted by the community. And then once they've 100% sold all of them, the 10,000, they'll be giving $100,000 to one winner who hasn't sold, and also $5,000 to each additional winner on top of that as well. So that's really cool what they're going to be doing there. And just before I get into any more of that, I just want to go back to this. So this is Pancake Swap. So once you have sent your Bnb across, to your MetaMask, okay, it's going to say here how much you've got Bnb in here. Now, very important that when you send some Bnb into your MetaMask, just keep a little bit. So I've always got usually 0.1 just in there for fees for when you're purchasing and doing transactions, because there's always little minimum fees on the Bnb chain. And you need to you'll obviously select Bnb. Now this is Pancake Swap. One thing, just going back, so once you've got your money on your MetaMask account, come back to your your CoinGecko, and you'll scroll down and you'll see here where it's currently listed, what exchanges they're listed on. Okay, as you can see, you got Pancake Swap, and you're going to click this blue hyperlink. This blue hyperlink sends you to that exact Pancake Swap link for those pairings. Now, a little message has come up here saying, just to make sure that you trust the location, just click yes, I understand, and that is fine. Then on here, you'll have your Bnb. So you got your Bnb here, select Bnb, that'll show you how much you've got. And then, if you want, don't do max because you need to keep a little bit. So, you might go 0.8. You don't need a huge amount if you're not making too many transactions. You just, a little bit less, keep sort of a 0.5% or something on there. You make your swap over. So if you had like 1 Bnb, you might do 0.95 Bnb. That gets you this many tokens, right? And now it's important that your slippage needs to be 8%. Fortunately, with these lower or these higher liquidity or higher token amounts, you just need to have some slippage. This includes, there's a tax buy. That percentage of that goes back to the Bnb, back to the devs wallet, so they can use those funds to do different things for development. But to change that slippage, you need to click this here, right? And then you go click 1, because it will start off with a 0.5. Click 1 and then type in 8%. That's the only way you can get your transaction to go through, which does mean that what you buy here will be a little bit less. So it tends to be, that transaction might just go to 200,000. So you might just lose 200 million. So you might just lose 20 million in that. This is how it goes with this sort of thing, right? So then with that, you will have your funds on there. And like I said, you can come back to the marketplace. You can either go buy a crate or you can buy one through the marketplace, right? This is where you level and rank up, what I mentioned before. So if you have 10 babies, you can rank them up into an adult, right? And also you can do level up. So if you have 2 of one and you want to get a higher rated one, which is very important, because some of the more rarer ones are super expensive now. So if you go to season 1 and I scroll down here, right, I've got these ones up the top, but if I want a Hoj, which is my next sort of goal to get, I really want to get a Hoj, right? You click that and it'll show you what you need. So you go next. shows that you need 3 epics to be able to do that. So if I have 3 of any of these, right, I just click the plus, they'll add them, and then I click next. Those 3 will be burnt and I'll get given a Hoj, which is really important as well, because you're burning the supply, which helps, create more scarcity, increasing the value of your product. So I am working my way through collecting to get myself a Hoj. It's the last one I need. I don't have a legendary yet in any of the seasons to get into the VIP program. The VIP program is just a high level of education, which is run by the mentors and the educators and the devs like Tony, for example. And they just give you some really cool information. We did one yesterday about how to spot a scam, how to go through the back end, go through the IP addresses, how to see what's going on in the back end of stuff, which is super, super confusing, but important to know if you want to learn more about that sort of stuff, right? So for that, you need 1 of each type of rarity. So when you go to your shop again, you'll see here. Now, this won't be for everyone to understand, but you've got common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and mythic. Now, mythic's not included because that's super rare to get. Not many people have these, right? So that's not needed in the VIP program, but you just need 1 of each type in no matter what season you're looking at, excluding the babies. So, I just need a legendary in some form. Babies are allowed. So if you have all the babies, each type, you do get included in that VIP program, but you don't get access to the live trading. You'll get the replays. Just something, it's more initiative to come up. Now, when the next part, so once you've purchased your pet, the next stage that you do is you will be able to stake it. Right now, there's different options. There's been different stake depending on when you got involved in the project. Different things have been happening. I understand they keep changing, but it's important they're changing because they need to see sustainability for the long-term project and get your head out of APY. Yes, it was nice getting the 500, 600, 700 APY in projects on these tokens, on these NFTs, but if the price of the overall token's going down, it doesn't matter what bloody APY you're getting, because your value of your token's going less and less and less. If you have a token worth $1 and you're getting 1,000 APY, awesome, right? But then that token now drops down to 50 cents and you're still getting 1,000. Doesn't matter, because you still, you need a 2,000 APY just to match that. That's not going to happen. So what you want is, yes, a low APY is fine, reduce them in APY, but the token price going up is just as effective. So you can have a 50 cent, so you can have $1, you can have that same dollar token and have a 20% APY. If that dollar token is now $2, that's going to be worth more than if stays at $1, has 1,000 APY and drops down to 75 cents. You can see what I mean? So it's important to understand, the fundamentals when it comes to crypto and the APYs. A lot of people just get blinded by the larger numbers. So when you purchase a pet, it'll go straight into your inventory here, right? Which you'll see here. I haven't got any because all mine are staking away. So don't get freaked out when you stake it and all of a sudden it says none. You've got your marketplace. If you have anything listed on the marketplace, I don't. And then you've got staking. Now there's 2 pools now, so it's super simple. You've got your first pets pool, right, which is a 30-day lockup. This is for unevolved pets and baby pets. So basically all babies will go in here, and that's pretty much all I've got through here because I've been compounding really hard. So all your baby pets stake in there, plus some Christmas ones, and if you have any unevolved adults go in there. These have been super tightly monitored. Like this would have been 4 or 5 times the amount previously based on what it was, but people were getting these and then claiming them and then selling them. But if you keep locked away, you get a 10% bonus at the end of the 30 days if you reinvest it straight away back into pets tokens, which is really cool. And that's just locked away, so you can't touch those rewards, but you can stake these and unstake them, cancel them at any time. Doesn't affect your rewards at all. But if you do claim early, as you can see, you get a 75% fee, which is way too high. There's no point even touching it. Leave it for 30 days and then reassess. Okay. Then the other one, which is what's more exciting, is this one. Okay, now this is the Bnb pool, which is the new one. So essentially, instead of being rewarded with pets, we're getting rewarded with the Bnb token, which is sick. So now I can claim this daily though as well, which is also really cool. Now I've already done a claim, so this is probably only like an hour or so, an hour and a half. Just before I started recording this video, I did a claim. I can constantly buy this each day. Boom, 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 and then use that. If I want to reinvest it, I will buy the pets tokens tax-free, so it won't cost me anything, which is sick. So that tax percentage when you do so you get taxed on a Pancake Swap when you just buy yourself, right? When you buy through this way. So initially, unfortunately, you will, but then moving forward, when you go and purchase, which one was it? Sorry, you purchase through this, no tax, and you actually get a little bit more than what the listing price is on Pancake Swap. So for example, here, so that says 224 based on a 0.95% buy, Bnb buy. If I was to do the same on here, and this said, 9.5, I'd actually be higher than what that is, just by a little bit, right? Which is what I've noticed so far. So yeah, this is here, which is really cool. And I can claim daily. Now there's a compounding interest. So what I'm essentially doing at the moment is I am doing a buy every single day. I'm purchasing the reinvest. So I get my PETS tokens every single day coming back into here. And then I go into the marketplace and I'm cherry picking what I want to buy. Okay. And I cherry pick those little ones that are cheaper than what they are going for. So when I go into here, right, knowing that these are the cost prices of what they were, very important that these were what they were going for. I then come onto the marketplace and look for things that are cheaper than what they were, because it's a way of just cherry picking the marketplace. So like Kishu Inus, we go to lowest first so we can see the cheapest. This is 167. That's actually super cheap. Super cheap. I haven't seen one that low for at all. So this used to cost 250. So to get access when you was in the crate, so you're almost 100 mil off that, right? Which is insane. So then you purchase that and you'll be earning Bnb based off it being a price value of 250 mil, which is really cool. And that 0.12 is the staking multiplier, how to work out its percentage in weight of what it is that you're going to make a return. Now, to get into the evolved pool that I was just talking about, right? You need to have an evolved pet. So if we go into staking again, as I showed, and I go to Bnb Pool. Now that's gone up, already gone 3 or 4. I love this. You can see it keep going up, keep going up. So to go and get into the Bnb pool, you need an evolved pet. As you can see, I've got some here, right? I've got over almost a dozen now. I've got 10. So to do that, you need 2 of its type to evolve together. You'll burn 1 and get given an evolved one. So in your inventory, right, I don't have it at the moment, you'll have 2 of the same pet, or one and another one from the same season of equal value. But for me, or higher value, I don't like it. So essentially burning like a bunny with a wolf. If you merge them together, you'll get given the lowest value one as a pairing to when it comes to that. You don't get to choose, right? For me, it's stupid because you're burning, they're 2 different valued assets. So I'd rather get 2 of the same. So one I'm losing, at least I'm losing of the same value, right? If you evolve like a wolf with a bunny, the wolf is worth more than the bunny. So there's no point doing that, right? So I'll go over to here. So I'll have 2 of mine. I just click bang, evolve it with the other one. One will get burnt. And then what happens is then it goes over to the evolution pool. So I've got 3 more in here evolving at the moment. I'll have another one. Basically, I'm aiming at the moment to get 1 in per day. Okay, 1 in per week. Sorry, a new one in. Now this takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks to incubate, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. It's to stop mass people whales just putting in. The guys have got a lot more. Stops them just loading up and putting in heaps at once. So 2 weeks to take this for the incubation period to stop. Now, once this is done, this will actually say collect your pet, right? And then you'll collect it. It will go back to your inventory. And then once you go back to inventory, you'll then stake it into the Bnb pool. Boom, there it goes. Now, as it says here, you can add a booster. Good choice of words. Wish they didn't use that word, because they could have just used potion. It would be nice. But you can click feed a booster, but that's also available at the shop, which was shown here before. This just cuts that incubation period in half. So instead of being 14 days, it's 7 days. Now, for me personally, I wouldn't do it on every single one, like the lower ranked ones. It's just not worth it. If you have none at all, okay, yes, because you just want to start that accumulation process, I'd say get 1 and just at least start earning some daily Bnb, because then at least if you're earning that daily Bnb, you can start buying more dollar cost averaging without using your own capital. But for me, I'm only using it for 15s and above. So this is a 20x whale. So I'll buy 1. I don't need to do it just yet because this is in there for 14 days. So I don't need to rush to do it. What I'll do is I'll wait to the 6th day or the 7th or just thereabouts, like a few hours before, and then feed it the booster, because then that'll just immediately wipe off 7 days, and then it'll be just like a day or 2 left, right? Or less than a day or a few hours. So I've got plenty of time to do that. That's why I haven't fed it yet. And also the prices of the the booster had gone up, because they're linked to the price of Bnb, because Bnb has gone down. So that's for our micro pets value has gone down, which is mean the costing of the booster is a little bit more. So I'm not going to buy it just yet. As it showed there, the booster cost was 47. 47. I've bought at 40, at 39 as well before, as when it had gone up. So that's why it's always good to have some pets tokens on the side, just there for things when you need it. Don't just all constantly be into reinvesting all your pets. Keep some pets tokens on the side. So as I said, once that has gone through and your evolution process is done, you will then be able to, as I said, claim evolve pet. We'll go into inventory, click stake, then I'll go into your staking, and you'll see it then. You'll start earning your daily rewards, which is super, super powerful. Now, just to sort of give you a bit of insight of what I'm doing at the moment, because I'm earning just over 0.1 per day. So I sometimes will do 2 stakes per day, maybe just one, just to sort of see on what's on the marketplace at that time when I look to do my stake. And I'm roughly staking that 0.1 per day. So if we go to Pancake Swap here, 0.1 thereabouts, because like I earn a bit over that, so I might do 2 per day, but just going off the 0.1 right now, so that gets me 23 mil, and then I get a little bit bonus. It's almost 25 mil for a 0.1 at the moment buy. I will then purchase that. That'll go straight into my wallet, so that'll increase. Okay, and then I jump over onto the marketplace. And once I get those other 3 to come through, it's really going to boost I'm almost going to go 0.2 per day, which will be I'll change my investment strategy then when it almost doubles. But then I go to lowest first. I'm actually accumulating the babies at the moment. I'm getting as many cheap ones as I can, because I only need 10 to be able to evolve to an adult. So essentially getting my 10, putting them away. Now, as the reason why I'm doing this is a little bit more heavily invested. Instead of waiting like a week to accumulate enough rewards to buy one adult, that Bnb that I'm earning is just sort of sitting there, right? It's good, but I want that Bnb to work and accumulate more. So I'll buy 1 baby a day, stake it in the unevolved pool. At least that means that the baby is now generating me some more pets. Not much, but just generating me some more pets tokens, as opposed to just sitting in my rewards pool doing nothing. And then the next day I'll come through, I'll put in another, put in another, put in another, put in another. That is therefore accumulating my unevolved pets pool a little bit more till I get to 10, and then I rank it up. Now that'll obviously take, because I'll be able to buy just under 2 per day. So, it'll take me just under 10 days, so about 9 days to do that, because obviously do the 25 mil claim, and one of these babies only costs 16. All right, so I have a little bit left over next time. That's why I can get away with 2 per day sometimes with a claim. So it take me about 8 days to get the 10 babies. And then from there, I'll also dollar cost average, and I'm purchasing an adult myself through my own capital, through trading or whatever. I usually purchase 1 per week. So that means by the end of the week, I've got my 10 babies, and I've got my 1 adult that I've bought myself, and then I evolve them together. Bang, they go straight into the evolved pool. And then I've got to wait 7 more days before I get it through. So another week. But if I'm able to do 1 in a week, right, and then that's incubating for a week, and then by the end of the next week I get another one, and it means that as soon as one of the pets is evolved, that goes into my Bnb pool. And then by the end of that, when that's happened, I should have another one already incubating. So essentially 1 a week, I should always have this, boom, 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 and I'm ciphering them through constantly, therefore increasing my daily rewards, but also increasing my unevolved daily rewards on the pets token. And it's just a cycle, compound effect, keep rolling around until I'm in a position where I'm happy with my my pet, how many pets I've got. And then I'm going to go 1 for 1. So 1 day baby purchase, 1 day just a claim of that Bnb into my into pets tokens, just leaving, because we've got the Petropolis land coming through soon, the sales, we've got the whitelisting taking place and all this. There's so much moving forward that I'm going to need pets tokens to buy. So there's no point just buying and accumulating more and more pets. Initially, yes, but you need to get to a point where you've got a little bit of a balance. That's something I learned from Tony, is like, don't go all in one, start to be aware of that we've got some other things, or I'm going to need some there. And I'm just trying to get away with the best, not using as much capital. Like, I probably only want to spend another month to 2 months, theoretically, whilst the price is where it is, let's say a month, I think we've probably got a month until it'll go higher at these rates, anywhere between 100 and 300 max. 100 and 300 max is where my dollar cost averaging of my own capital is going to go into, right? So that's why I'm going pretty heavy now, because once we get up to, 300, 400, 500, which it has been, I've seen it been before, the one Bnb, which cost, about 500-600 Australian dollars, gave you enough for one crate. When we get up to that 500-600, you're going to need to get one crate. You're going to need to have almost two. It's going to go double in price. So you're almost going to need $1,200 just to buy one crate. And that's only if Bnb stays at that price. Bnb could go up as well. So if the Bnb average you could end up being like 3 Bnb just to buy one crate. So this is my little accumulation period now where I'm happy to keep buying and invest quite heavily, because I just know when this runs, it's going to run quite heavily. And then once we get to that stage of when it's up really high, the Bnb price and value is going to be higher. So a PETS token is going to be higher. So when we look at the compounding of what's going on, right? So I go back to my inventory and I go back to my staking rewards. Something else I need to show you too, and then I'll finish up. Right. This rewards is obviously based on the current price of Bnb. So because it's linked, Bnb and PETS are combined together. So I click that reinvest, it's going to be linked to that. When Bnb soars and the PETS token soar, yes, I'm going to get the same amount, but my dollar value of USD dollar will be exponentially a lot higher, because the Bnb thing price will go up, which is what I like. Okay, so that's why right now is a really important time to be accumulating and getting all your ducks lined up and everything right. And for me, I want to have about 20 pets in my evolve pool, so I'm almost pretty much halfway. 20 pets within the next month if I keep following that process, because again, should be creating one evolve pet every week. Boom, boom, boom. So there's 4, then 2 months I've got 8. I'll be well into my 20s. Awesome. That's what I might be in a good position. I should be earning almost half a Bnb by then when I get to 20, depending on what I choose to put out. Maybe say 0.3, 0.35 Bnb per day. So, and again, as I said, the Bnb at the moment is at $400, just under 400 USD, right? What's going to be cool is that Bnb rate percentage might fluctuate a little bit. Like you might drop a little. So my 0.3 might not be 0.3 in a couple of months' time when more people are chucked their evolved pets in. It might be a little bit less, but it's not going to be dramatically less. So at this current price now, I'm earning 0.3 of them. I'm just over $100. I'm earning per day, completely free from the compounding residual effect of what's going on. But then if this just goes up to $1,000, for example, my 0.3 is now worth $450 or $350 per day, right? So that's what I love about this, but it's important to get yourself in a strong position and your strong foot holding and getting as many into the evolved pets pool right now. The last thing I'll say is don't forget, this is a valuable asset that you can sell as well later down the track, because you're burning the supply. You're burning ones. This was 2 Akitas at one stage. This was 2 Skull Crush, Skull Trooper Kishues at one stage. Now there's only 1. Burnt one. If everyone else keeps doing that, you're limiting the supply. People are now selling these for 5-6 times the price. So one of these on the market, you can get for around about 150 for easy mass, 150 million. So 2 of them, 300 if you're lucky, sometimes a little bit more, 300, 350, thereabouts, right? For 2 of them. You then evolve it, you've done the process. I can now sell this for 500 mil. I've seen some for even more than that, right? So now I've taken my 300 mil, I've turned it into 500 mil. I can then unsell it. And people are going to, because there's going to be a stage where there'll be no more Akitas on there that aren't unevolved for them to be able to evolve themselves. So they're going to have to buy the higher price. So remember that you've not only purchasing an asset that is able to make you more crypto, but you can then sell because it's an appreciating asset, because they're burning the rate. So you can sort of see how, yes, it's annoying, the new pooling structure, but it's smart because people also are getting the Bnb token of this and they're selling it. If they want to sell it, they're selling the Bnb. They're not selling the PETS token. So the PETS token won't reduce, right? Some also really cool stuff. They've given this away, that 800 Bnb. They're going to keep that in. We've still got 23 days. I don't see them giving away because they've only given away 112 Bnb in a week. So by the end of the 30 days, I know there's going to be leftover Bnb. That'll go into the next pool, and they're going to add on top of that as long as we see continued market growth. So I can see 1,000 Bnb in the next one, and then 2,000 Bnb as we keep going and move up the marketplace, up the price. So that means if they increase the amount of Bnb in this, right, as well, your daily rewards will increase as well, because there's more pie there for you to take a bite out of, if that makes sense. So yeah, super bullish on this project, guys. I just made this, as I said, because so many people have been asking me about it. So I wanted to sort of show you how I go about it, little steps and what to do. And yeah, like I said, stay tuned for the game coming out. That was supposed to, apparently it's just done. They're just fine tuning it, waiting for the right time to release it. It's a mobile game that's going to be cool, because it's a bit like Mario, where you jump up, jump down, but it's a running game. So like your character will always move. You just got to do the jumping for it. You collect coins. Those coins are literally tokens that you can use to purchase characters in game things. You know, you'll be able to use that or just keep and accumulate them to be able to use to for the upcoming land and the land stuff that's going to be really cool. The Petropolitan land. I've seen some really cool things on that where it's element and land. So it's, you know, your maps like this, and I think there's 5 elements of land. So you've got like a coastal one, a forestry one, a farming one, and like an ice one, and then the other one's like, and then the little city in the middle. And you can purchase plots of those lands, and they'll, just like all the other ones at the moment, like Sandbox, they'll go up in value. You get whitelisted. You can get whitelisted through the 2D NFTs. Plus they're doing like raffles and draws and stuff. Super cool what's moving forward there. And you'll be able to, your pets that you've got, they'll be able to come to life in that game or in that land, and then you can have real world assets. So each type of land, so for example, the farming land will have your ability to set up a farm, actually grow, harvest. So, you know, a bit like Farm Town, you'll be able to grow those products and stuff, and you can sell them in your shop, because you're able to create shops and stuff. And then people will buy that, whatever they need for their other towns, because each town will have more, like for example, the farms, they're producing fruit and veg, whereas the coastal town is getting fish. So if you need fish for something, you'll be able to swap and trade and transact. It's going to have it's all in-game assets that you'll be able to use and profit from, which is really cool. Things that are moving forward, like it's crazy to think how it's going to be in 12 months time. So anyway, that's a bit of a rundown of everything. Hopefully you gathered enough information from that, and hopefully that helps you a lot more with investing into that project. Anyway, guys, thank you for listening. I'll speak to you on the next episode. Bye.